One of the things I find disturbing about the alleged AI revolution is that it's a pretense of it being a revolutionary idea. And you get people who talk about how those who oppose the idea of AI, they're the same people who would oppose the printing press. And I would presume that the people who make such disingenuous claims are people who feel that they would benefit the most from AI. They've invested in it, or they're functionally incapable of doing the things that they hope AI will do for them. So that they consider that AI will allow them to do things that they would normally not be able to do. It's like credit card debt. Credit card debt will give people the illusion of wealth until the bill comes due. And I think AI is just a mechanism to allow people to continue with illusions and pretenses to competence when they themselves are not competent at anything except putting a prompt in. It'd be like going to McDonald's and telling the person on the other side of the wall that they want a cheeseburger, and then breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back because you made this awesome cheeseburger, when it was just someone on the other side of the wall that was hired to make the cheeseburger that you wanted. What I find even more egregious about this whole thing, and specifically with things like the data centers, is that you're given no choice. It appears, for the most part, that city councils and government officials are captured by people who want AI data centers. And it's ridiculous and it's weird because it reminds me of the land grabs from the railroads in the 19th century. Really, these data centers. It reminds me a great deal of that. So you'd have the American Army go through the West and seize Native American lands. And then you would have railroad executives and companies who would pay or bribe. I mean, pay is relative to the morality of the payment, so you have to call it a bribe. They would bribe government officials to have preferential treatment in the acquisition of the land that had just been taken from the Native Americans. So they could put on they would put their railroads down on their expansion westward. And I would imagine that the same bland euphemisms of, well, it's national security that we do this. It's national security. Which I find is disingenuous and just as dishonest as the tech bro grifters saying that if you don't follow AI, you'll be left in the dust. We're giving you no choice. It's an either or. And that's the other thing really that bothers me the most about all this. There isn't any choice. It's an either or. How is that a choice? Either or. You either do this or else. You either get on board with AI or else you're going to be destitute and eating rats out of the gutter. You'll be left behind. How is that a choice? That's not a choice. I remember when the internet first exploded. I never found much use for it. I wasn't big into telephones. I'm not a very social person. And so I didn't jump on the internet bandwagon. I probably should have. I would probably be a lot more ahead in life had I done so. But it didn't destroy my life not getting involved with the internet. Here it is. Here I am. I came to the internet as a choice. Same with social media. That was a conscious choice. I wasn't pushed into it because it was an either or. I, for my own benefit, calculated that there was a benefit to doing so, and I did so. But it was a conscious choice. I wasn't pushed into it because it was an either or. And this is what it sounds like with the AI, is that you're given an either or. It's an ultimatum. And when people are giving you ultimatums like that, they're not people to be trusted.